Hello, it has been a while since I've done a video. It feels like every day in quarantine feels like a week, but then when I think about like when I did a video last, it feels like yesterday. And then I look and I'm like, oh, it's been over a week. Okay. So today I want to talk about being willing to do whatever it takes to recover. So you can want to recover, but if you're not willing to commit to the things that you need to commit to in order to recover, it's never going to happen. So I have some clients who I work with who want it so bad, and I can tell they want it so bad. And it's hard because I've been in that place before where it's like, I want it, and I think I can commit to what I know I need to do, but then I never really fully committed. I always underestimated, and this is what I think caused it, was I underestimated what it actually took to fully recover. So I would talk about how I wanted it, talk about how, I was so sick of it and all the things that it had taken from my life and knew it was impacting relationships and all these negative things about it. I knew how bad I wanted to be done with it. But I really do believe that it wasn't until I had a really good picture of what that took, what that was going to take, and an immense amount of trust in that process before I was able to fully get to that place where I started seeing changes. I started feeling my brain rewiring. I started noticing like positive, like good things that the eating disorder had always kept from me. Connections with my husband, being more present with my kids, all of those things slowly, as I committed fully, those things slowly, very, very, very slowly, have to emphasize that it wasn't like within a week of me being committed, but they slowly kind of started coming back into my life. And so you have to ask yourself, like, are you a person who listens and watches these videos wanting recovery and thinking the idea of it sounds nice if you could just get yourself there, but never really fully committing? Are you fooling yourself thinking that you're really recovering, but you're actually doing it on your terms? So maybe you're making these little tiny changes here and there and they feel monumental. I've talked about this before. And you feel like eventually you're going to get there, but then you're also wondering, well, why aren't things changing? Why does this still feel so miserable? I don't feel like this is ever going to happen. And people start to lose hope because they aren't fully committed. And that's the quickest way to lose hope in recovery, is to kind of half it, to kind of go into it sort of 1 foot in and one foot out, or a lot 1 foot out, and just thinking, I'm going to do this on my terms, but I'm also going to challenge, I know I need to be challenging these foods, or I'm going to back off exercise because that's better than what I was doing before. And I think that might do the trick. And people are finding time after time after time that nothing's changing in their brain. And then they're coming to me wondering, why are things not changing? The people that I see the fastest progress with are the clients who hire me and get to work. Like, what do we need to do? What do I need to do? Let's do it. And if they're struggling, they're honest about it and they change, they correct quickly, they get back on track. So it's not the people who are perfect from day one, who never slip up, who never, fall back to restriction, who never doing those things, but their correction time is a matter of, hours. Maybe it's the next meal or perhaps the next day, but it's not like they're dragging this on. They've been trying this for 6 months, it's not working, and then maybe they change course. It's just such a faster process. But it does take that commitment and that trust. So people will ask me, like, how am I ever going to rewire these thoughts? I feel like I've been trying to do this now for so long. And my immediate answer is, well, you've been thinking about doing it for so long, but you haven't been doing it for so long. You actually haven't been changing your behaviors hardly at all. Or if you have, it's like one day you're doing great and you do so good, and then you get scared and you run back. And then the next day you do great and then you run back. Or it's one meal, man, you just blew it out of the water. You did awesome. You ate so much. And then the rest of the day is right back to safe foods and trying to compensate for what you did. And it's never going to feel good. That's never going to get you fully recovered. Your brain is never going to be forced to recover.